The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson, here joining you with Dick Girardi, and we're going to bring you the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, we're going to recap everything that just happened with our big day here at Parks Racing on Pennsylvania Derby Day. It was last Saturday and included 8 stakes races, all the star power a horse racing fan could want, some enormous odds coming in, a rockin' band, and it just made for a great day here, Dick. It certainly was.
Yeah, look, you and I have done a lot of these Pennsylvania Derbies, Danny. I think you can make the case this was the greatest day, not only Pennsylvania Derby Day, but in the history of the racetrack. I wrote a piece for Let'sGoRacingParks.com where I described it as perfect, and I really think that was it. The weather was great. The racing was great. All these big names from out of town. The Parks folks, as we'll see, had a big day themselves. The handle was a record for the track over the 2014 number with California Chrome. The only thing I felt bad about at the end was it had to end because you just wanted it to go on forever. It was so cool.
I feel the same way. It was such a fun day. It was so great to see the fans enjoying to see that level of horses coming here at Parks and to see our local horses just being so competitive here. But we'll talk a little bit later about what our favorite races were, but let's get right to it. It was the Pennsylvania Derby, our marquee race for 3-year-olds, going a 1.8 miles. $1 million purse. That's a big purse, so it's going to attract some nice horses. And our favorite is Hot Rod Charlie. He drew post 7. He's going to come in at 4 to 5 and get Flavien Prat back riding.
Look, we mentioned all week like he's been the hard luck horse. He just runs, fires, gives big efforts time after time after time. He was going to break through at some point. The better said it's today. We'll see.
He looked bigger, he looked stronger. It looked like today he was the horse to beat. Midnight Bourbon, second choice, 7-2 for Hall of Fame trainer Steve Asmussen, and he gets his regular rider, Ricardo Santana.
Right, so last time, second in the Travers, I thought that was his lifetime best race, the 107, and really on paper, Danny, it looked like Hot Rod Charlie or Midnight Bourbon. They were the speed. They were the most accomplished horses, and boy, off that last work, and I know I mentioned it on the live show, I just thought that last work for Hot Rod Charlie was so good. I said this is going to be his day.
Yeah, Midnight Bourbon looked big and strong as well. These 3-year-olds are coming in a peak form in this race. Let's send it Chris Griffin. Here's the call of the Pennsylvania Derby.
Hot Rod Charlie has put a neck in front. Midnight Bourbon is going to track right off of the favorite. Then comes American Revolution, Speaker's Corner to the inside. Wayburn is in the yellow cap, is tucked in between rivals, is now challenging for 4th. I Am Redeemed is off the pace with Folsom second to last, and the trailer late running Bourbonic as they move to the backstretch here in the Pennsylvania Derby. It's Hot Rod Charlie who's got the front, is up by a half length. Midnight Bourbon right there in second. Here comes a move from Wayburn, is in between runners, passes American Revolution who's out in the center of the racetrack there in 4th. Speaker's Corner is losing some ground. I Am Redeemed, Folsom, and Bourbonic has 12 to make up. Hot Rod Charlie took him through an opening quarter of 23-2. A half-mile time of 47 seconds flat. Has less than a half mile to go. It's Hot Rod Charlie into the far turn. Midnight Bourbon has been right there the entire journey in second. Wayburn is now asked the question, American Revolution. Folsom is starting to launch a rally, is still 6 off the lead. They're approaching the quarter-mile pole. Grade 1 glory awaits, and it looks like it's going to be Hot Rod Charlie and Midnight Bourbon to decide it. Drifting a touch was Hot Rod Charlie. Midnight Bourbon comes right after this rival. American Revolution making up late ground from 3rd. An 8th to go. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up.
Hot Rod Charlie gets the win. He gets his grade 1 win in the Pennsylvania Derby. It was a nail-biting few minutes with that jockey objection.
It was, as everybody saw, Hot Rod Charlie kind of came wide. Was it the horse or was it the jockey? Most people seem to think it was the horse doing it. I don't know if he's shying for something, Danny, or what it was. I didn't think it changed the outcome of the race. The stewards obviously agreed. Midnight Bourbon had, the whole stretch to go by, just couldn't do it. Hot Rod Charlie was supposed to win. 111 by our speed figure. He'll go into the Breeders' Cup in 6 weeks. as one of the favorites, I would think. Not the favorite, but man, he's really good and getting better. Midnight Bourbon ran great again. I thought American Revolution really ran very well for only a third lifetime start. Probably the disappointment in the race was Speaker's Corner. Just didn't fire. Not ready for this kind of competition. But boy, Flavien Prat had to just be thrilled when he comes out of the first turn loose on the lead. I don't know that that was the scenario that he was expecting, but it's a scenario he got. That's the best scenario in the sport.
It certainly was. It was great to see him get his win. Hot Rod Charlie was here all week at Parks training. It was so much fun to have him and Lava Man. I know we're going to miss having them around.
Yeah, you wanted to adopt Lava Man, didn't you?
I did. I got to take a spin on Lava Man. It was a highlight of my life, I will say. But yeah, I mean, no doubt Hot Rod Charlie deserved the win.
He did.
And, you know, again, the stewards made the right decision. Midnight Bourbon was never going to get by Hot Rod Charlie.
Was not, and boy, as we were watching on the live broadcast, you could see the faces of Bill Strauss, one of the owners, and Doug O'Neill, and especially the jockey. Could you imagine if he got disqualified again from a Grade 1? But it didn't happen, shouldn't have happened. Right result was there.
Absolutely. Well, moving on to our 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Cotillion, another $1 million race right here at Parks, and 2 horses are going to share being the favorite. Let's first look at the number 6, Clairiere, 5-2. Trainer Steve Asmussen, he came in with a contingent.
Yes, he did, Danny. He was live all day long, and Clairiere was the best bred horse on the card. I wrote that in my story at letsgoracingparks.com. By Curlin, 2-time Horse of the Year, out of Cavorting, who is a $2 million earner, won 3 Grade 1s, 3 Grade 2s. You do not get better bred than Clairiere.
Stone Street at its finest, and taking our second choice for favorite, always Karina, 5-2 for trainer Chad Brown, and he does get the Hall of Famer Johnny Velasquez down here to ride her.
This was fascinating. The money came flying in right at the finish. This horse was never near 5-2 until right at post time. Then, of course, she broke. Oh, we're going to see how she breaks. I said on the show she's lone speed and dangerous. Obviously, somebody else agreed because the money absolutely flew in late.
Always Karina and John Velasquez, they're up by a neck. Obligatory tracking right to her outside in second. Maracuja is called upon to move a bit forward there in third. Allworthy's in fourth. Touch wide for Army Wife. No move yet from Clairiere. Will Secret and leader of the band. 49-3 for a half-mile time. It's going to be a sprint for home here. Always Karina, Obligatory, called upon. Maracuja tightly at the rail. Army Wife's in fourth. Clairiere starts to pick up some momentum from the back of the field as well, with Will Secret, leader of the band, as Allworthy is backed out of it. Less than a quarter mile to go. It's still Always Karina in front. Maracuja's got room to the inside. Obligatory 3 wide, and Clairiere is going to make it 4 across the racetrack here. Down to the inside, Maracuja, but Clairiere now with an 8th to go is kicked on. It's Clairiere in front.
Well, Clairiere gets her Grade 1 win, another filly much deserving of a Grade 1 win with jockey Ricardo Santana, and I love that trip she got. She just kind of sat off the leaders, and when it was time to kick home, she had a strong finish.
Yeah, that's the winning Parks trip. You and I have watched so many races here. That's the one. If you can sit maybe 2-3 deep, hit maybe 5-6 lengths off the lead. The pace wasn't really very hot. It was kind of soft for Always Karina, who faded out of the picture. But yeah, you're right. Clairiere deserved it. I think she'd been second in the Alabama, third in the CCA Oaks. I mean, just been in all the big races against all the good fillies. She's getting better, and the Asmussen Santana combination, they were just all over the map on Saturday.
They were. Clairiere was, to me, one of the most impressive in the paddock in the post-parade, so congratulations to them. Well, it's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, Jackie's Warrior is going to make his Parks debut in the Grade 2 Gallop Bob, so stick around. Much more on Let's Go Racing.
Jackie's Warrior now dispatches of Real Talk, who's back to second.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem is not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. And we're going to stay right here at Parks Racing. Lots of top stakes races to bring you. It's the Grade 2 Gallant Bob Stakes for 3-year-olds sprinting 6 furlongs, $300,000 purse. And our favorite is the man, the one and only Jackie's Warrior. 1-9 odds. Joel Rosario in the ride for trainer Steve Asmussen.
It's just brilliant all year long. And as a 2-year-old, Danny, 7 for 8 lifetime 1-turn races. The only loss was by a neck. Most recently beat Life is Good. Just lays over the field. Lays over any field he's in almost, with the exception of running against Life is Good.
Well, and show you how much he lays over this field. Our second choice is 10-1, the number 1 horse, Real Talk for Carlos David, who's been running at Monmouth, Gulfstream Park. I mean,
right, running nice races, but 4 for 10 lifetime. Nothing like Jackie's Warrior, who is a strong favorite as I've ever seen here. And in the show poll at the end, 391,000 out of 418,000.
Big time. Well, here is Chris Griffin with the call of the Grade 2 Gallant Bob.
Jackie's Warrior now dispatches of Real Talk, who's back to second. Barron's under a full drive. Picking time, second to last. Awesome Jerry is 10 off the lead. Jackie's Warrior is in hand. It's got a 3-length cushion. Picking time is making up late ground with Barron as they dive down to the inside, but they are trying to catch the champ. It's Jackie's Warrior at the top of the stretch. Jackie's Warrior hasn't even been asked yet, is approaching the 8th pole. Picking time, Real Talk. Jackie's Warrior has a 5-length cushion. Picking time has taken second, but an absolute superstar, geared down, wins the Gallant Bob with ease.
Jackie's Warrior. That was, to me, the most visually impressive race of the day. And I see he's going to go on to the Breeders' Cup. He's going to be a favorite, I think.
Yeah, I think they took off from Newark last Tuesday. Hot Rod Charlie's heading back to his home in California. But Steve likes to get all his horses out to California early. It's worked for him in the past. And Jackie's Warrior is going to be the favorite in the BC Sprint now, even as a 3-year-old. The California Sprinters just aren't that good. 110 buyer, keeps getting faster. I don't know who's beating this horse. In fact, I don't think anybody's going to beat him. I think he's going to win the sprint.
Since he's been doing 1 turn, he has been unbeatable. Joel Rosario just rides him perfectly. I think we saw something really exciting Saturday in Jackie's Warrior. Well, moving on, it's our Grade 3 Turf Monster for sprinters going 5 furlongs on the turf, $300,000 purse. And again, we're going to have co-favorites here. Caravel, number 8, she's going to be at 9-5. She's going to share co-favorite with another horse. We'll
right, and Grand Motion now trains. This is Lizzie Marion, trained for quite a while. Horse was recently sold. Bobby Flay bought in. Elizabeth Marion still part of the ownership group, but about 5 for 5 at 5 or 5.5 furlongs on the turf.
This filly's going to have to go up against the boys, and one of the ones is Karatari, who she shares 9-5 odds with.
Yeah, Karatari's solid. I mean, just gives big effort time after time, Danny. 18 lifetime starts, 5 wins, 6 seconds.
I saw him paddock schooling. He is put together very nicely and looks like a turf sprinter. Well, here is the call of the Turf Monster.
They get set to move into the far turn, and they're moving quickly up front. Fire Crow and Admiral Abe 22-3 for that opening quarter mile, and Admiral Abe has put a nose in front of Fire Crow. Caravel is now in third. Beer Can Man is looking for room as Karatari has dropped out of it. Top of the lane, Admiral Abe and Fire Crow. They've been at it. Admiral Abe kicks for home. Fire Crow's got a battle on back. Caravel with late ground to make up in Hollywood Talent. Admiral Abe for a final 1/8 of a mile. Here comes Hollywood Talent. Fire Crow's not done to the inside. 16th to go. Hollywood Talent is coming after Admiral Abe. Hollywood Talent wins the Turf Monster.
Hollywood Talent wins the Turf Monster at 99-1 odds with jockey Ricardo Santana for trainer Juan Vasquez. That was an emotional win.
It was. Now, this horse was third in this race behind Pure Sensation in 2019, Danny, but had gone way off for him. Now 10 years old, was claimed for $8,000 off a 10 strike in Carlos Guerrero a year ago. It just didn't look like the same horse, but caught the right course. Juan Vasquez said he was pointing for this race all year. He and Ricardo, he actually helped Ricardo get his start at Delaware Park from Panama, and just one of the great wins in the history of the racetrack, 108-1. This horse paid $219. I don't remember a bigger mutual price. And how about Admiral Abe? Looked like he was going to win it, the great $25,000 claim. Finishes third, so Parks horses in the graded Turf Monster 1-3.
Like you said, Ricardo and Juan have a history together. Juan said Ricardo's been like a son to him. He helped get his start at Delaware Park, and he got his first win for him up at Saratoga, so lots of emotion there. And Beer Can Man did get second. Looked like something weird with his equipment there at the end.
Yeah,
it was like his girth strap or something.
Yeah, something weird happened. But again, a lot of it was the course. But look, all credit to Juan. He said, this is the race I'm pointing for. He got the money.
It was awesome. Well, moving on, it was the Parks Grade 3 Greenwood Cup going 1.5 miles, $200,000 purse. And our favorite is Moretti. for trainer Todd Pletcher with Luis Saez, who's been riding unbelievably.
He has. He won the Saratoga meet. And Moretti's a specialist at this distance and beyond, and that's why obviously Todd Pletcher and Saez, they're going to get play.
Second choice is number 8, Seafoam, for Michelle Giangiulio. She has a relation here. She's Juan Carlos Guerrero's niece, 10 Strike Racing, and she gets Joel Rosario.
So Seafoam's only win of his career also happens to be Michelle's only win, not the horse's only win, but her first win as a trainer after getting claimed for $45,000 off of Christophe Clement, trying to for 10 Strike, our man Marshall Graham. See if he can get it done.
Well, we'll see what happens. Here's the call of the Greenwood Cup.
Now being asked for full effort here is Seafoam up top with less than a half mile to go. Sheer Flattery is ready to pounce to the outside, and here comes Sheer Flattery ready to take the lead. Following that move comes Looking at Roses. Moretti got past, is now in fourth. Also dropping back comes Sugar Ray 2. Sheer Flattery is put in a nose in front of Seafoam, but Seafoam's not done. Looking at Roses is making up ground, and Looking at Roses is coming up on the outside, 3 wide. They've got less than a quarter mile to go. Sheer Flattery is your leader. Looking at Roses, Last Samurai is launching a wide rally as well. Seafoam trying to hang in there. It's Sheer Flattery who's got the lead. Looking at Roses, Magic Michael also with a late push, and Last Samurai. Sheer Flattery, Last Samurai, Magic Michael from the back. They approach the 16th pole. Last Samurai's got the lead. Magic Michael with one final charge. Magic Michael wins the Greenwood Cup.
Magic Michael and jockey Frankie Pennington getting it done, and they were closing hard and fast to get up for the win.
Yeah, if you watch the replay on the far turn, Danny, I don't think this horse has any shot, right? But they obviously were pointing for this race. Jamie Ness claimed this horse a year ago for $30,000. Frankie brought him out to the middle of the track, just flew by late, and what a combination. Frankie in the Hall of Fame. Jamie Ness is just having 2 of the greatest years in the history of the racetrack. Jamie, prior to this race, had 1 graded stakes win in his career, double it. He's got 2 now.
Ghost Hunter, love Ghost Hunter. He got his first graded stakes win. And Frankie Pennington, no one closes better on this Parks Racing track than him. I mean, he just perfectly timed it. And I love Magic Michael, that long stride, that just suited the mile and a half, suited him perfectly.
Right, and it was 1-3 again with Magic Michael, Sheer Flattery, Parks, and Parks, Lou Linder training the horse to finish 3rd.
Parks showing up. Well, it's time for us to head to another break, but when we come back, we're going to have our Jockey and Trainer of the Week and more Parks Racing stakes action from PA Derby Day, so stick around. We'll be right back.
An easy opening quarter here for Precious, who's got a neck in front. Chubwagon continues to stalk right there in second.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And we have to give our Jockey of the Week to Frankie Pennington. He had 3 wins on Saturday on Pennsylvania Derby Day, 2 of them in stakes, and he was riding awesome.
He was riding awesome. You just saw one of them with Magic Michael, and you're about to see another one. He and Jamie Ness. Was Jamie maybe a possibility this week, too? Jamie got our Trainer of the Week.
There we go.
He won 3 on the card, including 2 stakes. One of them you've seen, one of them you're about to see.
Him and his group are having a lot of fun, and as they should. You win 3 races on PA Derby Day, you should have lots of fun. Well, it's time for us to head into our race recap brought to you by the Pewter Stable. Check them out at pewterstable.com. A great partnership. Become an owner today with them. And we're going to start with our Parks Dirt Mile, $200,000 purse. And our favorite is Silver State. I mean, this is one beautiful horse, 4 to 5. Again, trainer Steve Asmussen for owner Winchell Thoroughbreds.
He's by the really good Pennsylvania bred, hard spun, and had a winning streak. Finally snapped in the Whitney, but doesn't run bad races, and it's that Asmussen Santana combination again.
He is one good-looking horse. All Steve's horses are just absolutely phenomenal looking. And Mind Control, second choice at 5 to 2. Now with trainer Todd Pletcher, used to be with Greg Sacco, and gets Johnny Velasquez aboard again.
Yeah, this horse has won 6 graded stakes, and including a couple of grade 1s, and is showing maybe the ability to go a little farther than the sprint distances. That's why they're trying the mile around 2 turns here.
Well, here we go. Here is the call of the Parks Dirt Mile.
Rock on Luke into the far turn. Warriors charge. Now gets closer within a half length of that leader. Mind Control starts to launch a rally. West Willpower, Thorny Tail, they're dropping back. Silver State starts to get it in gear, and here comes Silver State coming after these leaders. It's within 3.5 of the lead. Warriors charge, puts a nose in front. To the inside is Rock on Luke. Mind Control is in pursuit. Silver State is ready to pounce, and Silver State is now coming after these leaders. It's Mind Control for a final eighth of a mile, but Silver State is right up on the outside. Mind Control and Silver State. Silver State puts ahead in front. Inside the final 16th, Silver State leaving no doubt. Mind Control not done. Silver State, Mind Control comes on back. Mind Control!
And Mind Control and jockey Johnny Velasquez battle Silver State to get the win, and I think one of the most thrilling finishes of the day.
There's no doubt, Danny. I mean, Silver State looked like he had it, right? He's ahead by a half a length. He had rolled from the back after missing the break, and Mind Control, as you said, came again. Warriors charged for 10 strike, finished third, so there were 3 millionaires coming into the race. They ran 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. Mind Control getting that Hall of Fame ride by jockey Johnny Velasquez. And it's time for the girls, the Plum Pretty Stakes, $200,000 for Pennsylvania breds going a mile and 16th. And our queen, Chub Wagon, is our favorite. She's at even money, and she's stretching out for the first time. We'll see if she can get the 2 turns.
Right, we know she can win at 6 and 6.5 and 7. The question was, could she go, as Danny just said, the 2 turns for the first time against a pretty decent field?
Absolutely. Our second choice is Vault for trainer Brett Cox. We've seen this filly here before, but this time she gets jockey Joelle Rosario.
So Vault was here on PA Day at the races, ran second to Precious in the Mrs. Penny, ran well, was a heavy favorite that day when Precious got loose on the lead.
Here is the call of the Plum Pretty Stakes.
24-3, an easy opening quarter here for Precious, who's got a neck in front. Chub Wagon continues to stalk right there in second, gets a little bit closer to this leader. Promise Storm and Marion Francis, they're still third and fourth with less than a half mile to go. Trolley Ride is 3 off the lead. 90% Bryn starts to drop back a little bit. Vault and Amen Sylvia at the back of the field. 48-4 for a half mile time. Chub Wagon in the green cap is put ahead in front of Precious. Chub Wagon is starting to answer the test right now. Marion Francis is in pursuit. Chub Wagon is the leader with a quarter mile left to go. Chub Wagon is up by 2 lengths. Marion Francis is fully extended. Vault emerges, and here comes Vault after this leader. It's Chub Wagon who kicks for home, has a final eighth of a mile to go, but Vault is getting closer. It's Chub Wagon trying to fend them all off. Vault is chasing. Chub Wagon for a final 16th of a mile. Vault in the late stages is trying to push on by. Chub Wagon, Vault, Chub Wagon does it.
Chub Wagon gets it done. She stretched out 2 turns, and you know, they have to be so proud of this filly. I mean, she really has, she's a dream horse.
Indeed, 10 of 11 now lifetime with the 1 second for the Hall of Famer Lupe Preciado, Danny Lopez, and George Chestnut own. Danny, I didn't really like the ride, frankly. Look, Jomar's a good rider here. I thought that he didn't take advantage of her best attribute, which is her speed. There's no way Precious is supposed to be in front of her, but she's so good that she won anyway. It's not how I would have chosen to ride her or told the jockey to ride her, but you know what? The end result was she's in a winner's circle again.
Exactly, and Brad Cox got second and third, and I think Vault made a huge move forward.
Yeah, but just couldn't go by. I know there was an objection, but I didn't see a whole lot there either.
Right, I think they made the right call, so congratulations to our local connections. Chub Wagon does it again. And sticking with our Pennsylvania breds, it's the Alphabet Soup Handicap, a mile and 16th on the turf, $200,000. And our favorite is You Must Chill at 8 to 5 with jockey Frankie Pennington for trainer Jamie Ness.
Yeah, does this sound at all familiar? Jamie Ness has now had this horse. This will be the 5th race. 3 wins coming in, Pennington, Ness, Pennsylvania breds, and this was the race after the PA Derby.
Something kind of cool about this race, a lot of these horses, you've seen them on dirt, now they're putting them on the turf, and You Must Chill is a horse that he runs great on the dirt, he runs even better on the turf, and our second choice is Wait For It, another solid Pennsylvania bred for trainer Ed Coletti.
Yeah, I love Wait For It, won over 600,000. This is the Uptown Charlie Brown, Bob Hutton, that crowd, and the question was, how would he turf? We know he's really good on the dirt, but the question is, how's he going to take to this turf, which was a little off after all the rain last week.
It was definitely getting a little chewed up, but here is the call of the Alphabet Soup Handicap.
Saratoga Jack trying to take him all the way. You Must Chill is waiting for some room. Here comes Stonegate with a rally, and Wait For It gets closer. Wait For It is in fourth, is coming after this leader now, followed by Papal Law as Prince of Rain dropped out of it, Irish Court. They're ready to swarm this leader now. It's Saratoga Jack, but Wait For It is ranging up on the outside. Here's Wait For It. Stonegate goes right with Wait For It, who is in hand at the top of the lane. Wait For It is now called upon. You Must Chill tips off the rail to follow this leader. Wait For It's got the lead. Saratoga Jack's trying to battle back to the inside. You Must Chill tips to the outside. From the back, Papal Law, Someday Jones. It's Wait For It for a final 16th of a mile. But here comes You Must Chill, and You Must Chill is going to run on by. Wait For It to second. You Must Chill.
Well, a thrilling finish, but You Must Chill and jockey Frankie Pennington get the win, closing hard on Wait For It right in the final jumps.
Yeah, and why wouldn't Jamie Ness and Frankie get a couple of stakes together? They've won so many races here together the last couple of years, but yeah, big win again for that group.
And You Must Chill by Wind Chill. Got to give a shout out to our friends at Pewter Stable. And it's time for Eye on Racing. Lots going around on in the country with horse racing today. Belmont Park's going to have a huge day. A few Breeders' Cup winning your in races. It's Woodward Day.
Yeah, same at Santa Anita, Danny. Lots of good races, and pay attention. We're only 6 weeks out from the Breeders' Cup. You'll see a lot of these horses at Del Mar first weekend in November.
Hope to see everybody out here Saturday at Parks Racing betting here, or use your mobile app if you want. Well, it's time for us to head to our final break. When we come back, news and notes, so stick around. We'll be right back on Let's Go Racing. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action. Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, who helps continue an education for our backstretch community. And I'd just like to say Pennsylvania Derby Day was such a success, and we had a record on-track handle, over $13 million. That's a lot of dough.
It was great stuff, Danny, and we were all happy to be part of it, and can't wait for next year. We'll have a lot of good racing between then and now, but it's a once-a-year thing, and the reason they had these big races is to attract handle like they did, and they got a record, as you said.
I'm so glad. It was a thrilling day. So great to meet all of you guys that came out. And some sad news, Arlington Park is now going to be the site of the new Chicago Bears Stadium.
Yeah, hope that doesn't happen, but it sounds like it's going to happen. One of America's beautiful racetracks. Last day was last Saturday. Really a shame.
Next week, we will not be here live. We're going to show part 1 of Spirit and Speed. So if everybody's missing us, come visit us here at Parks Racing. We race Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, post time 12:55. Well, that does it for Dick and I. We will see you next week on Let's Go Racing.